Hello everyone. Camera's pretty high there. There we go. Let's see here. Yep, audio is capturing. Alright. If you're just joining, welcome. I've got some work I've got to actually do. Got some new stuff that I'm also doing here too. Let's see. Message. I need to see if I can get this to work properly now. So I actually set up an auto notification now. So when I go start streaming and I'm doing like a recording or I'm doing like a video for school and stuff, it'll automatically start replying for me. Yep. And so I've got a couple of them that I'm going to enable here. That and there's that one and that one. So those should be going off pretty regularly now. I'm gonna test those out and see how those do. One's supposed to go off every 5 minutes. Just kind of so I don't have to keep rehashing that, I'm currently recording and stick around type of thing. It'll just go off in all of my chats. The other one is if you're joining and you'd like to follow, you can go ahead and follow. So hopefully those timers work on there. One's supposed to be 5 minutes, the other one's supposed to be 10 minutes. And it's kind of just hopefully it's a solution to me being able to record right now, because I've been trying to record some work, and I know I get people trying to talk to me in chat while I'm in the middle of recording, and I feel like I'm ignoring you guys because I kind of have to because I'm in the middle of recording. So hopefully these chats actually work with their timers and all of that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll give it a little bit, because those have only been up for about a minute is all. So I've got them set for a 5-minute timer and a 10-minute. I might have to switch those up to be a little bit quicker. So let's see. Alright, well, we'll see how those go. Kind of feel 5 minutes on one of those isn't necessarily enough, because if I'm actually recording, 5 minutes is not very long. It's actually kind of a long time to be sitting waiting for me to reply. So, but yeah, welcome if you're here joining me. Let's see, I've got some work I've actually got to do tonight. I've got a couple recordings I need to do again, as usual. So let's see, I'm waiting on those to go off. So what's happening? I am gonna switch a temporary AFK screen for this month. well, that was just a sneak peek of some of the stuff that I'm going to be working on here in the next couple days. I actually have some work to do, so I am going to be doing some recordings, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on those here. And there is a message that's going off in my chat. I do try and respond to everybody in chat. However, when I'm actually recording video, I am unable to respond to that because I'm creating actual teacher material that I have to distribute to students. So that being said, some of the time I will not actually be communicating with people in chat when I actually have a recording going on. But I try and follow up with it afterwards. So, well, here we go. I get started. We can take those off. And this is lesson 4, I think. Pretty sure this is lesson 4. Yep, lesson 4. Alright. Alrighty, here we go. Hello, it's Mr. Sam again. Well, we're on lesson 4 now of Edmark. So today we're going to go ahead and we'll have another 2 pages that we have to do. After that, we're going to go ahead and move on to lesson 5, hopefully. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Again, here we go. So go ahead and say the word. Okay, the next one. Point to the word horse. I'm actually going to stop this one. I just realized I was doing something wrong here. Sorry about that. I actually messed up on that. So, since I'm redoing, hi, Wiley E. Coyote. Welcome to the channel. I am a special education teacher, so I'm actually in the middle of trying to do some content for my students. Kind of screwed up on that. I'm supposed to be checking my timer, and I forgot to be watching my timer. So I'm going to have to actually record that. So welcome, just a bit about what I'm doing here, more detail. I do record while I'm actually live streaming, so sometimes I don't communicate with people in my chat while I'm actually recording, because that actually goes to my students when I'm done with it. When I'm done recording, I just jump in a chat like I am now and just start talking with people. So hopefully you're hanging out and having a good night. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going back with work on this because I need to try and get a couple of these done for tonight. So hello, it's Mr. Sam. Alright, and this is lesson 4 of Edmark. So we have another 2 pages again tonight. Same process as we've been doing. So I'm going to show you the paper and we're going to work through it again as usual. Okay, so here we go. So the word is horse. Okay, that's what we're going to start off with tonight. Horse. We're going to go on. Point to the word horse. Move on. Point to the word a. say the word. No, we're going to redo that. I need to look at this sheet. Stop recording. Yeah, actually, sorry about that. I needed to restart it. I need to make sure I'm looking at my sheet too as I go along, because sometimes I'll end up queuing in on the wrong word. Yeah, because with this sheet, we actually already have the word car, horse, and a. So I'm trying to remember which ones I'm supposed to be emphasizing for the student to say. So I actually need to look at this one real quick, because we're also going to be introducing a new word. So, but yeah, I am a special education teacher. I focus mainly on elementary school students. So the one that I'm actually working on with this one primarily is a kindergarten student who's been struggling a bit, especially with them being at home trying to do schooling and all that. They're really struggling right now. So we're trying a different method with them so that they're going to be able to work through progress and get them to be able to move on to first grade for next year. So again, I'm going to retry this. I actually do need to get a couple of these done tonight. Because he's actually been doing, the students been doing pretty good with the other ones. They've had 3 lessons already done. This is lesson 4, so I need to have these ready for this week. Also next week, I'm trying to get ahead of the game a little bit, because on Friday, I am going to be doing a 10-day long stream with the proceeds and all that going to NAMI, National Alliance for Mental Health and Illness. So with that, I've actually got backlog work that I gotta do. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and record this again. This is why I do it live stream, because I can always joke about it too. Of teachers, we always mess up on things, but when we're in the classroom, at least we can kind of joke about it too sometimes. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this again. So I'm gonna be recording, which means I'm kind of gonna be ignoring you a little bit. I do have a thing in my chat messages. It's set up on an auto repeat, letting people know that I actually am recording. So if I'm not answering you, I'm not being rude. I'm in the middle of a recording. So again, I'm going to go ahead and try this again, and hopefully I can get through this one right now. So, all right. Hello, it's Mr. Sam, and this is the 4th lesson of Edmark. So today we're going to have 2 more pages to do. So let's go ahead and get started with those. All right, so go ahead and say the word for me. So our next one. Say the word, or point to the word car. Okay. Point to the word a. Go ahead and say the word. Say the word. Okay, so we have a new word, and the word is yellow. And it's a new word, yellow. Here we go. Point to the word yellow. Point to the word yellow. Point to the word yellow. say the word. Say the word. Okay, let's go ahead and point to the word yellow. Okay. Point to the word yellow. Point to the word yellow. Right. Good job on that sheet. We've got one more to do. Let me go ahead and get it. Okay, so with this one, go ahead and say the word. Okay, we're going to go on. Go ahead and say the word. Oh, let me adjust my page here. Go ahead and point to the word yellow. Point to the word car. Go ahead and say the words together. Go ahead and say the word. Go ahead and say the words together. And that was all of them for today. Good job. So remember, parents, we're really wanting to focus on those emphasizing the words, okay? If we're struggling with it, don't hesitate to replay the videos. There's no rush to try and get to the next lesson, okay? If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of us. Don't hesitate to contact us and let us know if there's any questions, okay? All right, that was lesson 4. I'll be coming out with lesson 5 here pretty soon. And again, I miss you guys. Hopefully we'll be able to see you pretty soon, okay? All right, bye now. So to those that stuck around, thank you for sticking around. That's pretty common for me. So I'm actually a special education teacher at Middleton Elementary School in Sherwood, Oregon. So I actually work with students who have some pretty interesting learning disabilities. I say interesting because it's not like they're really bad or anything. It's things that we just have to work around. So what I'm doing right now, that was Edmark. It's a comprehension process, so it allows people to be able to, or the students to be able to recognize the key word and then go back through and actually continue to memorize those words. And it has to do with recognition specifically. So as they're able to recognize the words, we're able to continue on with that and build upon that for them to be able to actually build sentences and structure with it. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I have a student that I'm really working with. Normally I would be in the classroom doing this with them all the time. But no, right now I actually have a couple other lessons I do need to do. I am following chat. I cannot always respond to what you guys are asking in chat because if I'm actually making a video, it is being released to my students. So that's something I have to be aware of. So I'm not going to be engaging you guys in the chat. I am seeing some stuff that's being asked in there. This is a family-friendly stream, so please be mindful of that. If you don't think it would be family friendly, you probably shouldn't be asking it. So there's a couple questions in there I'm not going to even respond to. So, but yeah, I'm a special education teacher. So give me a few minutes. I need to change out some paperwork, and I'm going to go ahead and do another one of these real quick. So. So I need to follow up on that video real quick, make sure that it's good so that I'll be able to upload it. How's everybody doing tonight? It looks like we had a person named Solid Air, Johnny Sins, Big Digger Nick. Welcome. Again, special education teacher is doing a bit of work and all of that, so. Title that real quick. Alright, so yeah, if you're just joining me, again, I'm a special education teacher, so I actually have material that I'm working on and all of that. If you've been here a bit, I know it sounds like I keep repeating myself. I kind of have to do that because I get a lot of people asking, like, hey, what are you doing? And I can't really respond all of the time to them. I do have a message that goes out on repeat now, which just went out. I'm kind of explaining that I am doing a recording. If I'm not responding to anybody in chat and I'm just keep talking and talking and talking, more than likely have the record button clicked and I'm actually recording what I have on stream just for my webcam so that I can actually still do my videos and all that. I actually do enjoy being able to communicate with other people too while I'm doing this so that people see what us teachers are trying to do in the background right now, since we don't actually have a classroom to be able to go into. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do another recording here. Again, same lines I'm going to be doing Edmark. It's going to be the next lesson. because I need to get a couple of these done for my students. So, all right. Again, it's Mr. Sam. So this is actually lesson 5 now. So we're moving along. We've got a couple more lessons, and then we're going to have a little bit of an assessment in there. Nothing to stress out about. Main thing is just make sure we're practicing these words and able to recognize them when they come up, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with our next one. So again, this is lesson 5, and here we go. All right, go ahead and say the word for me. Point to the word car. Point to the word yellow. Go ahead and say the word. Go ahead and say the word. Okay, so we've got a new word. Our new word is see. Okay, the new word, see. All right, here we go. Point to the word see. Point to the word see. Point to the word see. Go ahead and say the word. Go ahead and say the word. Point to the word yellow. Point to the word see. Point to the word see. And go ahead and say the word. Okay, you have one more page to do still. Go ahead and say the word. Oh, let me adjust it here. Go ahead. Go ahead and say the word. Go ahead and say the word. Point to the word see. Okay. Point to the word see. Okay. Go ahead and say the words. Go ahead and say the word. Go ahead and say the words. Okay, and that was all of them for this one. Good job. Okay, so that was lesson 5. I'll be coming out with lesson 6 here soon. Make sure that we keep practicing these words and remembering them, okay? When we get to lesson 10, there's going to be a little bit of a test that goes along with it. Nothing to be worried about. I just want to give you the heads up on it. So if you feel that you're struggling with any of them right now, don't hesitate to go back and rewatch those videos and practice them again, okay? Now would be a good time to practice again, okay? All right, I missed you guys, and I'll bring out the next video here soon. All right, put these away real quick. So yeah, if you're still in the stream, thanks again for hanging out with me. I'm gonna check this video out real quick. Hey, Mr. Sam. So on it. So if you feel that you're struggling, okay, good. So yeah, if you're joining me, welcome. Again, I'm a special education teacher, so I'm doing a bit of work around here. Yeah, so let's see. Some other stuff that I actually do, I do have permission to be able to read some books. So that was another thing that I was looking at doing tonight is record another book reading. Most of the books that I read are mainly kinder, first, and second grade targeted. I have a couple other ones that I do have targeted towards an older audience. Example of that on my YouTube channel, I actually have Super Fudge. The entire book has been read. It's recorded. It's out there. I did start on The Hunger Games. I have the first part recorded of Hunger Games. And I realized the chapters on those have been taking me a bit longer to read, so I've only been doing one chapter at a time on that book. Mainly because I'm trying to keep the recordings to around a 30-minute mark for the larger sections, because that's what the Board of Education basically recommends, is about 30 minutes of reading per time. More than that, students can do that, but for read alouds, it's a bit much for me to be just continuously reading the whole thing. It's more of a engage them so that if the student wants to keep reading, they can keep reading. So these other ones are more targeted, like I said, for the elementary school kids, mainly because some of them are not able to read, but this gives them the opportunity to be able to get a book read to them and be able to actually improve their vocabulary and all that too. So, so the one I have tonight is If You Give a Pig a Pancake. One of the things that I actually do have recently, I actually have some little puppets. So I need to check because I believe I'm supposed to have a pig puppet in here. Double check. So I do have some puppets though. If you have a book that you are interested in that's from Scholastic, that's the ones that I mainly have right now going on. If you have something that you'd like to be read, let me know. If I have it, I will include it. Otherwise, I'm going to take a short break before reading this, so I'm actually going to put up my AFK screen. I have a new one that I've actually put out specifically for this month because this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. I am partnering with NAMI as a nonprofit organization. So all donations and funds that I get this month will pretty much be going to NAMI. That's the National Alliance Against Mental Illness. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw their page up for a little bit while I take a break. Please hang out. I've got a slideshow that I've created for it and everything. So yeah, if you haven't hit the follow button, go ahead and please follow me. I really do appreciate it. It allows me to bring more attention to my stream, and I do a lot of educational causes. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that AFK screen up here. Alright. Well, I'm back. Well, we have too many people in chat. Looks like we still got possibly the same person from Twitch hanging out. So no worries there if you were lurking. Never a problem here. So I am going to be doing a read aloud. So with that, this is a kid's book, so I will not be talking in chat during this. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna record this. I've got a introduction that I have to give with it. So, hello Gina, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Well, since you're just joining us, I can go ahead and say, so I'm a special education teacher. What I'm currently doing is doing some recordings and all that for my students. I actually just finished 2 lessons for one of my kindergarten students who's having troubles reading. Boy, tongue-tied today. However, I'm about to go ahead and do a read aloud with a children's book. So if you're not into listening to children's books, you can just bear with me, but I do have children's books that I'm reading. I do have permission through Scholastic to be able to do that as a teacher. I don't suggest other people doing this because you technically will be breaking copyright infringement law. So Scholastic and a couple of other publishers have actually lifted their copyrights for our teachers to be able to do read alouds, for us to be able to record them so students actually have them. That's what I'm about to do. I do have a repeat on my restream that goes out to all my chats. Basically say that if I'm recording, I might not engage with you on chat. Don't assume that I'm ignoring you. Yes, in a way I'm ignoring you, but it's because I'm actually recording a video, so I can't actually have all of the talking in the video because it'll be going out to students. So that being said, I am actually going to be doing a recording here in a minute, so I will try and keep an eye on what's going on in chat, but you'll have to just wait till I'm done recording. So hi, it's Mr. Roeder, or as my students like to call me, Mr. Sam. I'm a special education teacher at Middleton Elementary School in Sherwood, Oregon. And with permission of Scholastic, I have another book that I'm going to do a read aloud for. It is If You Give a Pig a Pancake. So this one's going to have a fun and interesting read. Parents, if you happen to have this book, or even kids, if you have it, you can follow along and read with me. Or if you want, you can just sit back, listen, and look at the pictures and all that. So again, with permission of Scholastic, this is If You Give a Pig a Pancake. If you give a pig a pancake, she'll want some syrup to go with it. You'll give her some of your favorite maple syrup. She'll probably get all sticky, so she'll want to take a bath. She'll ask you for some bubbles. When you give her the bubbles, she'll probably ask for a toy. You'll have to find your rubber duck. The duck will remind her of the farm where she was born. She might feel homesick and want to visit her family. And she'll want you to come too. You'll look through your closet for a suitcase. Then she'll look under your bed. When she's under the bed, she'll find your old tap shoes. She'll try them on, and she'll probably need something special to wear with them. When she's all dressed, she'll ask for some music. You'll play your very best piano piece, and she'll start dancing. Then she'll want you to take her picture, so you'll have to get your camera. When she sees the picture, she'll ask you to take more. Then she'll want to send one to each of her friends. You'll have to give her some envelopes and stamps. And take her to the mailbox. On the way, she'll see the tree in your backyard. She'll want to build a tree house. So you'll have to get her some wood, a hammer, and some nails. When the treehouse is finished, she'll want to decorate it. She'll ask for wallpaper and glue. When she hangs the wallpaper, she'll get all sticky. Feeling sticky will remind her of your favorite maple syrup. She'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if she asks you for some syrup, she'll want a pancake to go with it. So that was If You Give a Pig a Pancake. That was being read to you again with permission of Scholastic. I'm Mr. Roeder, or as my students like to call me, Mr. Sam. This is just something that Scholastic and several other publishers are allowing us teachers to do. Be able to read these books without worry of copyright infringement or anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I actually have several of these on my YouTube channel. I'm also on Mixer and a couple other streaming apps. My main place to find me, though, is on my YouTube channel, where I have all of these linked into a playlist. So I hope you enjoyed that, and tune in for the next one. Bye. So yep, that's how I do my read alouds. So with that, I actually have that introduction and closing. I actually have to do that. It's something that Scholastic and the other publishers have asked us to do, is state who we are, what school we belong to, and then again that we're actually reading it with permission of Scholastic. So I believe that actually is my 28th or 29th actual reading online. So quite a bit of those on my YouTube channel. If you're following me on anywhere else, Mixer, Twitch, Facebook, my YouTube channel, you can type in Mr_Roeder and it should come up. If not, you can head over to either my Twitch or Mixer stations, and I actually have it linked in both of those as far as the YouTube channel with the playlist for them. So that'll eventually be loaded up to my playlist so that it just repeats all of them. So yep, that's my gist of what I do lately. So let's see here. I am him, Ali. Thank you for the follow on Mixer. And if you're just joining me, I'm a special education teacher, and I do a lot of, still have to do my work for students and everything, so I kind of do that on live stream as well. This month is also, if you didn't know, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I will be actually doing on Friday for 10 days. I will have my stream up the whole entire time in support of NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. So my any donations or anything that I get will actually go to NAMI directly. But yeah, it's a cause that's dear to me because I actually have dealt with mental illness myself. Plus, being a special education teacher, there's some students that I work with that actually have to go through a lot of that kind of stuff too. So this month is actually a really important month to me. So with that, I've got a book I just read. I need to finish typing out my info on it so I can get it up on my YouTube channel. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to my NAMI AFK screen real quick. I'm going to change out of this skull shirt real quick. I have to be in it when I'm making those videos. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out of this real quick. I'll be back.